You got a couple more comics for you. You ready to go? Let's go! Keep it going. For the next performer coming to the stage, the hilarious Dan Allaire.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers. I'm glad to be here. I almost didn't make it because I'm from Cornwall, and when I punched in Manotick in my GPS, it said, why? But I came anyway. I know you're all thinking it, fuck you, Cornwall. Like, really, what do you got on us? And you're not wrong, man. We used to have a bar in Cornwall that accepted Canadian Tire money at par. There's a place called the Old Fort. You guys remember way back in the 90s when women fought for their right to bare their breasts in public? You remember they won? And not one woman ripped her tarp off anywhere in public back then? Well, in Cornwall, Ontario, a bar called the Old Fort had topless waitresses. They tried to bank on that, right? They tried to cash in on the trend. Are you going to go to a bar called the Old Fort in Cornwall to see the topless waitresses? I don't fucking think so, right? Like the problem was, like, when the beer got to your table, it was like half empty because they kept tripping on their tits on their way over. Every now and then, like, Mildred would be like, oh my god, I'm step on your fucking nipple again, Mildred. Lift your foot, you'll be fine. This is where I'm from. Now, every time I do a show on the road, my wife comes with me a lot, and when she's with me, she always whispers 3 words in my ear, always before. It's like superstitious now. Kick some ass every time. And when I'm on the road, she texts me, kick some ass, right? So before the show started tonight, I got my text message, but it read, lick some ass. So that's either an unfortunate autocorrect or Dan got a hall pass tonight. I ain't fucking texting her back, that's for sure. We're going to see how this night plays out, friends. We're just going to see. So on top of stand-up comedy, I have another gig as well. Early mornings, I do a morning radio in Cornwall, Ontario. And when I tell people that I do live morning radio, they always come around with the same comment. I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, what's that? Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? They're like, no, that's not it. I'm like, oh, you're shy, right? You just don't know how many people are listening when you're talking to them? No. I'm like, what is it? They're like, we don't know how you do live radio without swearing all the time on the air. I'm like, oh, that's a fair point. You know how I do it? I'm a fucking professional. That's how I can do it without swearing all the time. Come on, man. Like, there aren't a lot of jobs in the world that condone or endorse swearing at work. Like, can you imagine tomorrow morning on your way to work at 6:01 a.m. pulling into Tim Hortons? Welcome to Tim Hortons. Can I take your fucking order? Medium dark roast with 2 cream? Would you like some fucking tidbits and maybe a goddamn donut with that, sir? No? Sir, it's camp day today. And for an extra $2, you can help send one of those little fuckers to camp. Oh, well, the little fuckers, you say. Hey, we'll put it down for $10, and those little fuckers deserve a holiday, man. Like, it's crazy, right? The pandemic was rough on everybody. For me, though, it gave me a window as to who listens to my program. Because when people won a prize before, I just needed name and phone number. I never saw them. They'd come in and pick it up after I was gone. But now we can't have anyone in the building, so I need more information, including email addresses. You want to get to know somebody really well? Ask them their personal email address. It's a window into their souls half the time. Like week number 1, I was like, John, I need your email. He goes, oh yeah, it's bud_420@yahoo.ca. I'm like, all right, John, so you're a fucking pothead. But how long you been smoking that shit, man? Who still uses Yahoo anymore? There are people in this room that weren't alive when Yahoo was created, for crying out loud. You know, there are guys like my age, closing in on 49. They still have their original email handle from when they were cool, but now they don't know how to change it, and they just are too embarrassed to ask for help, so they're just like, fuck it, I'm going to own this the rest of my life. That was Rick, man. I needed Rick's email address. He didn't even blink. He goes, Rick, I need your email. He goes, pussking17@hotmail.com. said, Rick, did you just say Puss King 17? He goes, yeah, it's just 1-7, don't spell it out. I'm like, thanks for the tip, Rick, I fucking appreciate that. Now, I don't know what's more concerning about that, though, right? The fact that Rick now owns this email as a 48-year-old man to go renew his mortgage at the bank with, or if we have, or what's more concerning, that now we know for sure that there are at least 16 other Puss Kings roaming the earth right now. My money's on number one might be right here in Manotick. Maybe in this room, but I'm not looking at you, sir, at all. I'm not looking at you at all. But that's the guys, right? Like, we're idiots, man. We'll just put anything on an email and go with it. But ladies, your emails are just as fucked up as the men. You're just better at duping me into not realizing how messed up it is, because instead of just saying it, you'll spell it out and you'll fuck the cadence up, so maybe I don't clue into what it is. That was Rhonda. I was like, Rhonda, I need your email. She's like, my email? I'm like, yeah, Rhonda, if you want the prize, I need the email. She goes, okay, it's PNISHUNTER6_9@gmail.com. I said, Rhonda, did you just spell out Penis Hunter 69? With an underscore? Yeah, I got the underscore, right? Definitely gonna need your phone number now, though. Because this motherfucker just got a hall pass tonight, I think. Yeah. You just won something we don't normally give away here at Boom 101. Congratulations. Lucky day. So working in radio, every time I travel town to town, I always like to listen to other radio stations, right, to get ideas or to make fun of them, like this particular commercial. Somebody let this on the air, right? They're like, it's a sexual wellness clinic. And in the commercial they said, at our sexual wellness clinic, we're always respectful and discreet. You really need to fucking say that, buddy? Like, you would hope they're going to be respectful and discreet. It's already hard enough to go into it. No, maybe that's the wrong choice of words. It's difficult enough to go into a sexual wellness clinic, right? Because there's obviously an issue. Can you imagine if your insurance coverage didn't get the good clinic? Now you got to go to fucking Dr. Love's skin hole and pipe repair, or whatever the fuck you call it, right? They're not going to be discreet or respectful in that place, and you know it. Right? The nurse will come out of the doctor's office and be like, all right, where's Limp Dick Tony? Tony, where are you, you limp dick? Tony's like, you're next, Tony. And he's fucking walking with his head down. Yeah, we'll fix that little thing for you, Tony. Next up, just so we're ready, Sarah and like two women put their hand up like, oh shit, that's us. And there's like, okay, Sarah, there's two of you. Which one of you has the dry vagina? You know, one lady puts her hand up, she goes, you know what, to make it easier on everyone, from now on, we're going to call you Sahara. How about that? How about that? Oh, by the way, Sahara, get your camel toe ready. You're next. Don't want to be going that. No one's going to be sexually well after leaving that fucking office, that's for sure. Unbelievable. Round of applause. Anybody else put on a couple of pounds during the pandemic? Make some noise. What a shit show it was, eh? But for me, the thing was, like, it wasn't because I was overeating a certain thing, but snacking was my big Achilles heel for the pandemic. But it wasn't one thing, like I wasn't eating like 700 Joe Louis a week. I turned it into a stupid adventure. Every time I'd go shopping, I would have to buy something new and cool and unique and fun and sweet. Like, it just got out of hand, and I couldn't tie my fucking pants anymore, right? So I said to my wife, you gotta help me get out of this. So she said, okay, we'll do the groceries together, you'll be fine. 3 weeks go by, no snacking, Dan's feeling good again, got his pants back on properly. But you know, we go to the store, another successful run, we pull the cart right to the cash. We're done. Success. But then there's the shelf of sales, and there was a box on that looked at me and winked, and it said, Poutine cookies. Do I look like a man who leaves Poutine cookies behind? Right? And I was like, fuck this, I'm feeling good, I'm not doing it. But there was a little star on that box, and it just waved at me, and it said, 9 calories per cookie. It's fucking health food now, right? So I grabbed the box, and my wife saw this, and she spins, and she looks me square in the eye, and she goes, what the hell do you think you're doing? I'm like, babe, it's fine. It's just 9 calories per cookie. She goes, Dan, we're at PetSmart right now. Like, I'm bilingual, folks, right? It didn't say biscuit tabarnak. It was business. I had dog treats in my hand. Full disclosure, they were fucking amazing. Okay? They were the best goddamn cookies I've ever had, and I've lost 3 pounds. Thank you very much. I don't know how they got the fucking curd flavor in there, but it was amazing. Now, the other thing with the pandemic is mental health, right? It was a really, really important topic. I mean, it was important before, but man, did it really become an issue over the last couple of years. And everyone had their own way of dealing with their mental health, right? Some people, maybe some of you in this room, spend more money at the LCBO than the grocery store on the odd week. You know, we all fucking done, guilty of it, right? What's for lunch, Dad? I don't know, the 50 was on sale. Fuck, fend for yourself. Poor kids. But the thing for me is I found like a really old world method to calm myself when I found things getting a little bit heavy. And that's aromatherapy. And non-essential oils there. I'm not a fucking witch doctor. Let's back that truck up a little bit. I don't know the formula for happiness, right? So I was burning candles for the therapy visit. Aromas were soothing. Anybody here burn candles still for therapeutic reasons? Anybody make some noise? Make some noise? Just me, I'm the only fucking candle burner in Manotick right now? Just leaving me on my lonely candle burning. You guys probably aren't fucking allowed here, right? Open flame in Manotick, the whole fucking city. Poof, up in flames. But the thing about burning candles is, like, I'm man enough to stand here and tell you all, I will burn a strawberries and cream candle, alright? I'll burn a vanilla candle. I'm cool with it. Lavender, light it up. I'm okay with it, okay? But Yankee Candle, somewhere along the way, decided, you know, we need to make candles just for men. You heard about these man candles from Yankee Candle? Fuck, they came out with one that smells like 2x4. Do I really need to smell wood while I'm rubbing one out on my own? I don't fucking think so, man. Why else does a man light a candle by himself? And they came out with a second one, and it was called Bacon. I'm okay with that one too. But my personal favorite was the last one they released, and it was called Mantown. And you see it got quiet there for a minute because you're all thinking, what the fuck does Mantown even smell like? Well, I have a theory if you'll indulge me. Mantown smell, I have to bring you back to like last August, all right? 52 degrees with the Humidex in the shade, fucking really hot outside. Have you ever seen a guy in those conditions stand there and just do this? Maybe it's real bad and he's got to go for the dreaded double. If somehow you're not sure what's happening in that moment, that is a man who is actively trying to detach his testicle from the inside of his thigh because it is adhered there due to the moisture. And that little shimmy allows the ball sack to separate from the leg. And in between those two salty pieces of skin, there's a little breeze that goes through there. And that moment right there, that is what Mantown smells like right there. Absolutely. It's a little salty, a little musty. If moist had a smell, it would be fucking Mantown for sure. And if you're interested, they are available at Michael's. My name's Dan Allaire. Thank you very much.
One more time for Dan Allaire.